Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the journey to financial resolution for families and small business owners in the Southeast Valley. Look, if you've been feeling the heavy weight of debt, whether that's from unexpected medical bills, a sudden job loss, or a slow season for your small business, I want you to know you are absolutely not alone. We're going to break down the actual process of filing for bankruptcy in the Queen Creek area, removing all the mystery and giving you some clear, actionable insights straight from local legal practices. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. Bankruptcy cost and fee waivers, understanding Chapter 13 and 7, the attorney's heavy lifting, business and tax debt solutions, the local representation advantage, and 3 steps to get started. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Bankruptcy costs and fee waivers, breaking down the financial barriers. We know that cost anxiety is literally the #1 reason people put off filing. And honestly, it is completely understandable to be anxious about hiring an attorney when you're already struggling. You might be thinking, hey, if I can't afford my basic credit card payments, how on earth am I going to afford a lawyer? But the answers here might actually surprise you, and understanding them is your very first step toward financial freedom. So for most Chapter 7 cases right here in the East Valley, you're looking at a range of about $1,000 to $1,500 for attorney fees, plus your standard court filing fee. Now, I know that sounds like a significant chunk of change up front, but try to view this as an investment that can wipe out potentially tens of thousands of dollars in overwhelming debt. Plus, there are structured ways to handle these upfront costs. Filing costs are actually surprisingly flexible. If you file for Chapter 13, the fees are generally higher because the case lasts for a few years. But here's the kicker. Those attorney fees are typically paid through your multi-year repayment plan. You're not handing over a massive lump sum on day one. And if the court filing fee itself is a huge barrier for you, there's a formal, court-approved application to waive that filing fee completely for qualifying low-income filers. Your attorney will usually let you know on your very first call if you're likely to qualify for that waiver. Section 2. Understanding Chapter 13 and 7, your legal pathways. So what's the actual difference between the 2 main personal bankruptcy options? Well, Chapter 7 is often called liquidation. It basically wipes the slate clean all at once. Chapter 13, on the other hand, is the restructuring path, where you propose a 3 to 5 year repayment plan. You might be wondering, why would I choose a repayment plan over just wiping the slate completely clean? It's simple. Chapter 13 lets you catch up on what you owe while legally protecting your home from foreclosure and your car from repossession. It safeguards valuable assets you might otherwise lose in a Chapter 7. It's all about finding the right tool for your specific financial puzzle. Section 3. The attorney's heavy lifting, navigating the legal process. You know, a lot of Queen Creek filers are totally surprised by just how much of the grueling process their attorney handles for them. First off, they review your financial data to see if you pass the means test, which is basically a calculation of your income to determine eligibility. Then they meticulously draft and file your official petition, the complex legal schedules, and your repayment plan. And here's the best part. Once you hire them, those harassing phone calls stop because your attorney now communicates directly with the trustee and your creditors. You just get to focus on making your single monthly plan payment while they monitor your case for years through to completion, finally filing the paperwork for your official discharge of debt. Now, the legal jargon can definitely sound intimidating. Let's demystify one of the biggest milestones, the 341 meeting of creditors. Despite that scary-sounding name, it's typically the only main hearing you actually need to attend during the entire process. And the best part? You are not sitting there alone. Your lawyer is right there by your side, representing you and making sure the trustee's questions are answered accurately. It's really just a standard procedural step, definitely not an intense courtroom trial. Section 4. Business and tax debt solutions, beyond personal bankruptcy. But what if your financial struggles aren't just personal credit cards? What if they're tied to a small business? For East Valley business owners dealing with a rough, slow season or a temporary cash flow crisis, permanently closing your doors isn't your only option. Chapter 11 reorganization is a powerful legal tool designed specifically to help small businesses restructure debt and streamline operations. It basically gives you the breathing room to keep the company alive instead of liquidating the whole shebang. And if you're tangled up with the IRS or facing state tax liens, things get complicated really fast. Bankruptcy and back taxes intersect in highly specific ways. Some taxes can be completely discharged, while others have to be paid but can be restructured into a manageable plan without those ongoing brutal penalties. A seasoned tax and bankruptcy attorney will look at the full picture of both your personal and business liabilities to see exactly how filing can strategically resolve those specific burdens. Section 5. The local representation advantage. Why geography matters.
I'm sure you've seen those flashy ads for massive national bankruptcy emails online. But let me tell you, having a local guide matters immensely to the success of your case. A local Queen Creek attorney intimately knows the specific Maricopa County court rules and the exact preferences of the local trustees in the Chandler Division. A national mill simply doesn't have that kind of localized insight. Plus, a local attorney understands the East Valley economy. They get how seasonal income swings and construction cycles affect families in Santan Valley or Gilbert. With a local pro, you get real in-person access and same-day local callbacks, not some remote video call with a completely disconnected out-of-state call center.
I love this quote from our sources. Debt doesn't wait, and neither should you. It's such a stark reminder. Whether your financial strain is from unexpected medical bills, a shift in the local economy, or a job loss, the stress only compounds the longer you wait. Being proactive and seeking information is absolutely the best way to regain control of your life.
Section 6. 3 steps to get started. The path to relief.
Okay, so if you're ready to explore your options, what does the actual start of this process look like? It's meticulously designed to be low stakes and entirely stress-free. Step 1 is simply making a quick phone call to reach a real local person. Step 2 is a completely free, 100% confidential consultation where you just tell your story. They listen, ask a few questions, and give you an honest read on your case. Step 3, you decide together on the best path forward with absolutely zero pressure to sign anything that day. And getting ready for that first meeting is incredibly simple. You don't need some perfectly organized binder with a decade's worth of financial records. For a free initial consultation, your attorney really just needs a quick snapshot of 3 things: your current income sources, your regular monthly living expenses, and a rough estimate of your total outstanding debts. That's it. That is all the specific data they need to quickly evaluate if you pass the legal means test and to build a clear, plain language picture of what filing would actually look like for you. I'll leave you with this thought to really consider. What would your daily life look like if those harassing phone calls finally stopped, your assets were fully protected, and you had a clear, legally structured plan to eliminate your debt? Taking that very first, free step to ask for help might feel like the absolute hardest part, but it could be the key to completely transforming your financial future and getting your peace of mind back. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember, knowledge is your absolute best defense.